They've had to go really early now. 3 wide around the bend, coming down the back straight with a lap and a half to go. Daria Pikalik from Poland up around the outside. Drummond is there for New Zealand as well. 1 lap to go, and it's Pikalik that will lead through the bell. 250 metres remaining. Jennifer Vellante with an incredible performance up around the outside. 3rd place last year. Is she going to get the gold this time? She's being chased Vellante, but she's not going to get there. It's a gold to America. The US, I should say, he was the one at fault. Daria Pikalik from Poland. Another handy rider. There's Michaela Drummond. And from Mexico there's Antonietta Gaxiola. Antonietta has one, especially amongst the female cyclists, that would be the most Instagram followers of any of the riders. The rider from Mexico, Gaxiola. Had a quick look this afternoon. I think today Pogacar maybe 1.2 or 1.3 million. Peter Sagan more, but there's Gaxiola. 1.1 million.
1.1 million followers are following her tonight, urging her on. Yep. Looks like Moran's got a bit of a problem, waiting for a wheel change of some sort.
Katrin de Klerk. Well, there's Nick Stoppler just holding up the Dutch rider, and I do know Nick pretty well, so I feel guilty about it. He is the original call and up here at the scratch race. Chloe Moran, though, with that transponder sorted, gets them underway. So Chloe Moran, South Australian, number 1 on her back. Away. 10 kilometres, 40 laps at the track. The men raced last night over 60 laps, and fair to say the first 30 laps or so, not much happened in the men's race. Fantastic final 10 laps, but not a lot on offer in the first half of the men's race last night. Let's see what the ladies can do over 40 laps, all strung out to start with. Gaxiola is the Pan American scratch race champion, won the Madison as well. That was only a couple of months ago, so on good recent form.
In these early stages of this race, the riders are just feeling each other out, seeing what move they're going to make, what time they're going to make their attack. No one really wants to put the pressure on anyone else. They want someone else to fatigue everyone else's legs, and then they can make that move. Early on in the race, everyone was happy to keep it on the black line, almost rolling through, taking their turns.
Pikalik from Poland, return from Jennifer. Doesn't want to waste any energy on the front if it's not necessary. Siaka Icino right to the top of the track now. Clara Caponi comes through the red helmet. Nervously watching each other. And it's also hard to attack. If you are a rider that wants to make it hard, if they are all down the bottom of the track like this, it is really hard to try and get off the front.
Yeah, to make a move, you're going to have to go a long way around everyone to make. And of course, when everyone's on the black line, you look forward and you can see the whole bunch in front of you at the back. But it does swing up at some point when it goes above the blue line. That's when people are boxed in, and that's when you take that advantage, that surprise attack underneath, try and open up a gap, and then hold on. We're only coming around here. Just a small acceleration from Jess Roberts on the front, just trying to line the group out. But see those gaps just open because no one was expecting that. And already now, there's little gaps in a way that want to make this race hard.
Gazziola from Mexico up and out of the way as well. Short turn of pace from her, but that was a big acceleration from Roberts. Gaps did open up really quickly. She's already back onto the front.
It almost confirms what Roberts' tactics will be for the race, though. She knows that she needs to make it hard if she has a chance of winning today. Fidanza, in the blue of Italy, reigning world champion, just swings off the front.
Valente with the bronze medal. So it'll be interesting to see how it configures this time around. 25 laps to go now. Emily Kay from Ireland just leads them through and up out of the way. There's Valente right at the very back for the USA.
Kind of one of those soft attacks. She didn't really attack. She just rolled off the front, got the gap. And once she's seen that gap behind her, took that little glance, she's really pressed on the pedals.
Lena Reisner, and it's a big enough gap to cause some hesitation from the peloton. Fidanza just trying to keep a little bit of pressure on to keep the average speed of the field high, but not willing to stay in this gap.
Looks like de Klerk from Belgium is the first one to make contact again. She just swings up.
But Reisner has decided it's a little bit too tough. Wasn't able to break the stranglehold of the peloton. So Reisner swings up and the race is all back together. Lerata from Spain up and out of the way, as is Chloe Moran. Now Moran is a really fast sprinter in these bunch races. She does have some strength as well, but if it is going to stay together as they come around for 20 laps to go, Moran will be hoping that she'll get herself into a good position to go for the final sprint.
And this is the difference here. So some riders who are going to be back in their sprint are going to be riding really larger gears than the other riders who will be wanting to attack. They know their one tactic. They want the biggest.
Riding towards that at the moment. 18 laps to go, though. Still plenty of time to go on the attack for any of these riders that do not fancy themselves in a bunch sprint. And we don't have an entire peloton full of sprinters. Someone needs to make an attack if they want to try and make this difficult for all of those really fast riders. Fidanza, flick of the elbow and up and out of the way. Gazziola goes through. Buccino from Japan, short turn of pace from her. Caught out. Van der Duyn from the Netherlands, the silver medalist from 12 months ago. 14 laps to go. There's Clara Caponi. Chloe Moran from Australia. Emily Kay in the green colours of Ireland.
You want to find that wheel that you believe is going to be the best lead out. Find that sprinter that you need to beat and put yourself in a position already. You're thinking about that finish with 10 laps to go.
Stenberg on the front for Norway. Buccino from Japan follows her. And no increase elbows a little bit. Try and save some drag before she moves up to the top of the track. And the pace is starting to pip up a little bit, but not enough to cause any damage. Just nervous energy. And riders starting to fan up the track a little bit. Getting closer to 10 to go. One more lap until we get into the final 10 laps of the race. Valente swings up. Fidanza comes through. Gazziola in third place. Then it's the silver medalist from last year, Van der Duyn. Pikalik follows her from Poland. Coles Lister is now on the front for Canada in the new colours. Just the red and white for the Canadian team now. No blue as we've seen previously. Chloe Moran comes through.
There's a little gap there. This is the time. Lecce just needs to move, keep moving. If she doesn't back herself in the sprint, and she had a chance there, but she chose to go back to the top of the board.
Yep. I thought maybe she was going to try and sneak off the front, but Moran just stayed close enough to cause that hesitation. Coming around for 8 laps to go, and now we haven't seen much of this, a real bunching up. It does sometimes create an opportunity for a rider to dive down underneath and go on the attack, and we're seeing that from de Klerk. Caponi straight onto the wheel, so it's just going to string the field out again. Is there going to be a split? There is indeed. 7 laps to go, and will they go on with it? Split in the field now. That's all been caused by Katrien de Klerk from Belgium.
But Capone, she didn't want to ride through there. She's happy sat on the wheel. She's going for that sprint. She's just following, and she's dropped herself back into third wheel this time now.
6 laps to go. De Klerk keen to make this finale as hard as it possibly can be. Big now from Lalata from Spain. Zayed from Egypt has gone with her now. So 5 laps to go. Big hesitation back in the main field. The pure sprinters don't want to waste their legs chasing, and that has created an opportunity. 2 riders off the front.
This is the time. This is a brilliant time to attack from the pair and from Egypt and Spain.
Huge reaction, though, from Maggie Coles-Lister.
This isn't the time to look back. This is the time to go. But it's all coming back. Martins from Portugal has brought that group back together.
Yeah, not Coles-Lister, as I mentioned. It is Martins from Portugal. That was a really good move from her, but that has put her on the front with 3 laps to go. Stenberg in second position. Big move starting to come from Balasheta. Moran in good position.
Perfect position.
2 laps to go. The Australian bunch sprinter in second position. Capone up around the outside as well. They've had to go really early now. 3 wide around the bend, coming down the back straight with a lap and a half to go. Daria Pikalik from Poland up around the outside. Drummond is there for New Zealand as well. 1 lap to go, and it's Pikalik that will lead through the bell. 250 metres remaining. Jennifer Vellante with an incredible performance up around the outside. 3rd place last year. Is she going to get the gold this time? She's being chased by the silver medalist from 12 months ago. Van den Duyn trying to get over the top of Vellante, but she's not going to get there. It's a gold to America. The USA, Jennifer Vellante. Bronze last time, gold here in Glasgow.
And it looked just behind Michaela Drummond, hung on to 3rd place to pick up that bronze medal. But Vellante from a long way back